Hey babies, what's up my darling MVPs and how are you all doing? Welcome back to Sale with Mimi where you get a gist. I see they do it. I see they hurt. Of course you know there's no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see the heart. So yeah, babies, the housemates, the second half had their diary session today, and it is quite an interesting one. You have to watch to the very end so you would see how the housemates spill it all to Big Brother in their sessions. So first off, I'm gonna be starting with Mitch. Mitch actually said the head of house really deserve a betrayer badge, like a belt for betrayal. I told you guys, Mitch and Yolanda are two persons I look forward to watch and listen to their diary session. Yes, and also Mcjnr. So Mcjnr own is just that I'm always laughing when he talks. But you see, for Yolanda and Mitch, oh my God, they have mouths. So he said Willie deserve betrayal belts for actually saving Jareed over Z. That Willie, Z, and young Pappi are always together like three chipmunks. But surprisingly, time to save and replace, he had to go save Jareed, leaving Z behind. And he was like that. Anyways, that is still gonna give it to him that he's a smart guy, that he actually played his game. But meanwhile, that Z has a game, but Jareed does not have a game. That he's not smart there for saving. Okay, he said yes, Jareed does not have a game. Why Z has a game? Meaning that him saving Jareed means is as good as saving the person who do not have a strong strategy. And then he said for the nomination that he feels some of the housemates that if you ask for people who are actually into this game is himself and Yolanda, that others are trying to kiss us and all of that, like Chuenza, Mpumi, else they are just trying to hide behind, but himself and himself and Yolanda are out. That they are the two persons that are not scared of Papa Ghost and Lerato Modise, but others are scared of them. That was what he said, because Biggie asked him how far can he go for this game. He said he can go very far, even if it comes to the level that he has to put up his own very friend, which is Yolanda. That is how far he can go for the game. So Biggie asked him, which of the housemates do you think has the strongest strategy when it comes that is playing a good strategy? And he now said for him to be honest, that himself and Yolanda are the two persons that had the best strategy, that they are the people who are so real to the core, that they are the people who would stand out among the other housemates for the best strategy. Okay, then after Mitch was else review not finding the camping experience funny, that she has to sleep on the floor, that it's not been easy for her, that some of the housemates are catching flu and all of that is really not easy, that she cannot wait for tomorrow, that thank God tonight is the last night and then they are gonna be free, that she can't wait to get to her bed. And then Biggie was like, okay, what are the housemates really doing aside from preparing for their tasks as they are camping outside? And she said the housemates are actually trying to get to know each other, that they tell stories, they play games, that's what they do aside that. And then Biggie started with the nominations, having conversation with her on how the nominations, if the housemates are actually nominating strategically or emotionally. And then to her, she said she think some of the housemates are being strategic while some are emotionally, like for herself, right? That for Liema, that for herself, Liema has always been on her case. Liema has always been on her case since ever since week 1 of this show, that Liema has been on her case and she do not know why, hence she's nominating Liema. And then Biggie asked her what her strategy was, and she now said, Biggie, I do not have strategy. She said earlier on her strategy was to scatter sheep. And I have watched her story, her intro story where, when these housemates were coming in, they have this intro that they had to say what they would do in the house. And I watched Elle's intro, and that was what she said. She said hers is to scatter sheep, whatever sheep that she sees brewing, then she will scatter it. And then she said, and then when she's during the beginning, her the first target was the Jarima. Jarima, that is Lema and Jareed was her target, but it was very easy target because they are always quarreling every now and then. So it was very easy to actually scatter those ones. That it was not hard for her. Now I am like, is this girl not contradicting herself right now? You're just saying Liema, you don't know what Liema has for you since day one. Why you yourself just mentioned yourself that your earlier strategy was for you to scatter sheep, and Liema and Jerry sheep was your number one. For you doing that to Liema, is Liema supposed to be cool with you? It is you just acting all cool and scam like you did not do anything, and Liema is reacting for me. I'm trying to talk about the housemates who think Liema is quite provocative or whatever. And then she now said, and her second target was the Papa Ghost and Lerato Modise's ship. And then she said, as it was going, it was not really easy because those ones were trying to look real at some point. But until they left and come back, she now gets to realize that there is no need going for this ship because they might have already mapped out their own plan against housemates after they went for the private vacation that they went for. So hence, after everything, she sees that going for ship does not work, that she does not have any strategy again regarding that. So Biggie asked her which of the housemates does she think has the best strategy, like the best gameplay. Okay, I know Biggie asked about the head of house leadership, and she said Willie is actually doing well. He's been a good leader, showing by example that, for example, today herself and Mile did not lay their bed. Really had to do that for them just to set an example to them. And then Biggie asked her the housemate that is playing the best strategy, and then she said it is Willie, because Willie is cool with everybody. That just like her now, she cannot just stay and remember Willie for nomination because she does not have issue with Willie, and she don't even think even next week because Willie is somebody that is cool and making everybody, like, she really is just all over the place with everybody, and you cannot find him offensive. All right, after else was Taki. He revealed that the campaign experience has not been easy. Some people are not finding it easy. That it's been cool for him, not until today. That today he's kind of fatigued, tired and all of that. But in all, it is fine. And Biggie asked him about what is it called? The gameplay in the house and nominations. That was there any nomination that was surprising to him, the people that nominated him? And he said he was expecting all nomination, especially from Chwenza, because he did replace Chwenza. And then for young Pappi, because they have their beef going on for them already. And then for Mitch saying that he said that he is weak, instead of he said the housemaid that Pale actually built something up in his thought, blah blah blah. That is a lie. That was what Mitch said. And Mitch said the house are weak link, not just to him alone. So that was what he said regarding the Mich thingy. And then Biggie asked him on how his strategy and everything. He now said he does not have a strategy. His strategy should just be himself. That first off, after Neo left, he wanted to start building a social relationship with the ladies, but as it is right now, that he's just gonna be himself. So after Taki was Lerato Modise. Unlike other housemates, Lerato Modise seems to be enjoying the outside life. Yes, she seems to be enjoying the camping experience. She said she loved it and she wouldn't mind for Biggie to extend it to Saturday. You see? So whilst others are complaining, I can't wait for tomorrow, Lerato Modise is fit to stay till Saturday, that she is enjoying every bit of it. And she also told Biggie that they've been having folktales, that they've been telling themselves stories, playing game, getting to know each other, that it is quite interesting out there, And then Biggie asked her about the housemate nomination, whether it's by strategy or what's it called. And she said she think it's both, like strategy, and some are not strategic, And then Biggie asked her the housemates that she feels plays a better strategy, that plays the best game. No, she also said something about Willie, the head of house. She said Willie actually made mistake for the save and replace, that Willie went to save Jareed of all people. Guys, Jareed is giving Lerato Modise a sleepless night. Jareed is just one housemate Lerato see as a competition. Like, should we tell her? Lerato really see Jareed like a huge competition. So she said for Willie to go save Jareed is just like shooting himself on the foot, but that it is what it is, and then Biggie asked her about the housemate that is playing the best game, that the best strategy, and then guess who Lerato Modise mentioned? The same Jareed. She said Jareed gameplay is top notch. Aside from herself, that Jareed gameplay is top notch. Though Papa Ghost and herself are in game together, right? But that they are just like playing the same game and competing among each other. But for Jareed, that Jareed gameplay is top notch. So aside her, it is Jareed that is playing the best game. Okay, after Lerato Modise was the trophy boy Jareed. Jareed just explained to Biggie about the camp life and how it is going, and then Jareed was like, Biggie was asking Jareed how far he can go for the game. Jareed, like, he can go very far for the game, that he really can go very far from the game. And he also imputes his sheep. He said, okay, he was like, okay, that this is sheep that is whatever he's having in the house. He said his ship is actually kind of falling off and he doesn't know whatever, but he's gonna amend it, that he's good with conflict resolution. But Biggie was like, okay, so that ship is based on Eli, and he said no. First off, it was like Eli. Now it was now giving sheep. Now no sheep. At this moment, he does not know where it stands at this point, if there is sheep or there is no sheep. Wahala be like bicycle. And anyways, he said the head of France is also doing a good job, and he gave their wager tax a 6. And I think he also see the head of house, that is Willie, as the person playing the best game. Yes, I think Biggie asked him, he said so, because Biggie do not ask all of them the same question. Like Mpumi, Biggie did not ask Mpumi, because after Jareed was Mpumi, Biggie did not ask Mpumi about who is playing the best strategy. So Mpumi, after discussing the life in the camp and how it is going and whatnot, how it is not that new to her, just that the only thing she has not done, she has not slept in a bag before. She just explained her camp life. And then for the nominations, Biggie asked her if the housemates are nominating strategically or otherwise, And then she said that for some, that yes, but for herself, that most of the housemates are really not nominating strategically, because, for example, Liema, she said, imagine Liema nominating herself and else just to vindicate, like just to come back at them because they nominated her. That means she has not actually sat down, observed the housemates, their character and everything, to have a reason why you should put a person up. You get? So that for Liema, that's just it for her. And that's how some persons are actually doing their nominations. And then for herself, her own is based on nomination, that because for the other person she nominated, which is Liema, that she is provocative and could cause someone to go home. She repeated it in the diary room, And then she now said, and that Liema is somebody that is very smart. She's an overthinker, that she's this person that the first week she was actually creating chaos and everything, but now realize that people do not like that gameplay she's playing. And then she has now been calm for like 2 weeks, seeing that she was up for 2 weeks. She's now calm, being on her own, and now that's why she had to nominate Liema. I'm like, she's also contradicting herself. You just said she actually did what she did first week, and now she's not doing it again. So how is she being provocative? How is that the reason you're nominating her back to back? So it's just safe to say that you and Liema, you guys are on the same shoe, because you guys are nominating each other because of man. There is nothing anyone would tell me about it. Liema is not out of the topic, neither is Mpumi. There is nothing like gameplay or being strategic with Liema and Mpumi nominating each other. It is all about their man-ish. Nothing more, nothing else, nothing less. I don't know about you guys, but that is what I think. And then she said for Yolanda has a strong personality, just like she gave outside. The same reason she did give outside was exactly the same thing she said. After Mpumi was Mcjnr actually described the camp life and how interesting it has been so far, and how it's nothing much with the smoke, blowing the smoke and everything. I think he said he's from KZN, right, if I'm not mistaken, and that so it's not like that's what they cook with, but whenever they travel home, they actually do things as that. But the thing is, he has not slept inside the bag before. And then Biggie asked him about the head of house ruling, and he said the head of house has been doing well as a leader. Like, he has been calm, he allowed people to make their opinion. He's not always like giving his order, no. So the head of house has been cool. And Biggie asked him about the gameplay and whatever that is happening, and then he said that for the game, that himself, he actually nominated the people he didn't nominate because of he do not like them. He has a stand with those people. That is Papa Ghost and Lerato, that he do not really like them at all. So there is nothing he could do to, do whatever he had to do while it comes to nomination. And he said, some persons are really not coming out fully to make nomination, which I accept with him. I even say it on the day of nomination. He said, for example, someone like Mpumi has not been up ever since they started doing the face-to-face nomination, while she was up the other time. Someone like Papagos, who has been up back to back. Just few persons mentioned him, just himself and Taki. So who are the people nominating him all this while? So he said some people are not yet bold enough to come out to people's faces and say, oh yes. But he feels like as the time, progress, that people would be bold enough to say, oh, I do this, I do that. That it is actually getting interesting, and he loved the face-to-face nomination. I accept with him with that people are not coming out plainly to say whatever they want to say. Some people just go with the lead that, oh, this person is up already, let me just nominate this person. That is what they are actually doing. And Biggie asked him of the most strategic housemate that has the best gameplay. And he said Z, that he would have imputed Sinaye, but Sinaye own did not work. I was laughing the way he was saying this. Sinaye tried, but it did not work. That Z was actually making friends with everybody, pom in every place. Is like, and she's still keeping her game intact. That Z is one person that has the gameplay. And he also said Willie. He said it's gonna be Z and Willie for him. And then people were like, oh, so those people calling Z is furniture. Have you guys heard Mcjnr? Z is having a good gameplay there. All right, guys. After Mcjnr, the last but not the least was Young Pappi. Young Pappi, after narrating the camp life and how it is going on with them, so Biggie asked Young Pappi about the head of house leadership. He said the head of house is trying to struggle, but at the same time, the head of house is trying, to put everyone in check, And then Biggie asked her about the gameplay in the house, nominations and everything. And he now said he do not think that some of the housemates have been strategic. He said, in fact, most of the housemates are not strategic, because when you see them, some of them decide their nomination once they stand on that footprint. Some of them do not even know whom they want to nominate, Some just want to go with the crowd, people that is most mentioned. But for himself, his own was based on strategy and emotions. That first Taki was because Taki, they had ish, because Taki disrespected him for thinking he wants his babe, which is Neo. And then for Mcjnr, that Mcjnr is so strong with tax, he plays the tax very well. And also Mcjnr is somebody that can win head of house anytime, and he feels that once he wins the head of house, he's not going to be safe. That's why he actually nominated Mcjnr. And then Big Brother asked him about his gameplay and strategy. He was like, he did not come with any strategy. That initially he wanted to be flirty, because his real him was a flirty person until he started dating. But now coming to the house, like, he just wants to be sociable with all the ladies so that they would not nominate him, But it may seem as though the guys are the people on him right now, so he do not know how to balance it. So Biggie was like, okay, who do you think has the best gameplay? And he told Biggie that he do not think anyone has the best gameplay, because you might see this person playing this game this week, next week you would realize that the person is not really, playing the game anymore. So nobody is stable when it comes to being a perfect game player. And Big Brother now says, so that means that's an opportunity for you to actually put in your own game. And he's like, Biggie, you're cooking, no, but the thing is that I cannot be playing with, and I cannot be having any game right now, like for example until Sunday. He now say, for example, he's close with Z. If Z leaves on Sunday, that means he needs to adjust and take new strategy. And when he gets new strategy, people will be like, oh, because Z has left, that's why you're doing this. He was just giving an example. Z fans want to finish him. They say, oh, so you're using Z for strategy. In my mind, I'm like, but he's just giving an example now. Anyways, guys, that was how Young Pappi said there is no best game player in the house, that everybody is just there doing their thing game. So guys, I'll be dropping my voice right here and now. This was how your faves actually spill it all to Biggie in the diary session. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.